الفناء والعدم، كما قال عز شأنه: كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه وكل نفس ذائقة الموت، وقال: كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: وليعفوا وليصفحوا ألا تحبون أن يغفر الله لكم والله غفور رحيم. صلوات. So we are discussing the system of rights in Islam in the light of the discourse on rights from Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam. In which he has mentioned so many rights, and as we discussed, that all those rights belong either to the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or they fall into the category of rights of oneself or the rights of other people. Three rights. So we discussed so many rights so far, almost 70 rights. Now, last week we started a new topic. So many rights, rights of everyone. So we are discussing the rights of somebody who makes you happy, who causes happiness for you, who does something that you get happy. That person has a right over you, and how you should deal with him. We discussed that in several our sermons earlier. Now Imam is speaking about the person who is حق من ساءك أو أساء إليك, the right of somebody who wronged you. So somebody who helped you, who makes you happy, his right or her right, you know. The least thing you should say thank you, and you try to, give him back his favor. But how about somebody who wronged you? Somebody who has done something that made you angry or sad, gave you troubles, problems. How you deal with such people? He may be your enemy, or he could be not your enemy, but one of your friends who turned into your enemy, or maybe he is among your relatives who is not originally your enemy, and he didn't do it as the animosity, but he did something wrong to you which caused you to be sad or to be in a trouble or problem. So how you deal with such people who are against you and who wronged you? This is what Imam is talking about, this issue. He also has a right on you. So first of all, remember, once you discuss that how you deal with such people, and then you have so many ideas how you deal with them, but Imam is not speaking about how to deal with them. He is saying this person has a right over you, so you have to pay his right. So when you speak about human rights, this person is a human who has done wrong to you. Now he has a right over you. What is the right? So I'm saying that the thing that he has done, any wrong, this mistake, or maybe purposely he has done it. So this wrong that he has done with you, it is either intentionally done or mistakenly. If he has done it intentionally, purposely, knowingly, he did something that put you in trouble. Now, what should you do? Should you treat him the same way as he has done to you? This is one way of dealing with such situations, or even sometimes more. Give him a stronger reply. Imam says this: وَأَمَّا حَقُّ مَنْ سَاءَكَ الْقَضَاءُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ. If the fate has caused somebody, means your fate caused somebody, your fortune caused somebody to wrong you. And remember that in earlier right that Imam had mentioned, it was a right of the person who makes you happy. In that right, Imam started with this sentence. He said the right of the person through whom Allah made you happy. But here Allah is not saying the right of the person through whom Allah wronged you, because you cannot attribute wrong to Allah, but every goodness is attributed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Any ni'mat, any bounty, any goodness you receive is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but not any evil you receive is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why Imam here did not attribute the evil or the wrong to Allah. He said qadha. Qadha means the fate, your fortune. Happened to be this, that somebody came and he did something which caused a sadness or trouble and problems for you in your life. بِقَوْلٍ أَوْ فِعْلٍ. This wrongdoing can be verbal or practical. By words, he used some words against you, such a words that caused you disappointment. You were so much disturbed, you were upset that he used such word to me, for me. So either he is causing this by using such words which are not appropriate to use, or fi'lin, or he has done something that is causing problems to you. كان فإن كان تعمدها كان العفو أولى. Imam says if he has done it purposely, then it is better for you to forgive him. Al-afu awla. It is better to forgive him. Just ignore him. Let him do it. He did it, it's fine. Forgive. Why? Because if you forgive, this will cause your act of forgiveness will cause the elimination of the animosity that he might have in his heart or mind. This is the best way to deal with the enemies or the people who wrong you. Remember what I said in my last sermon? I said, in public dealing by itself is the hardest job. Hardest job. Why? Because you deal with so many different people, different kind of, ideologies, mentality, and behavior. So different people, and you have to deal with them, with everybody, in appropriate way, the way he deserves or she deserves. So public dealing is the hardest job. Not everybody can deal with people. And that's why leadership position is not that easy. To be a good leader, you can be leader by force, by voting, by other means, but the real leader, which has the qualities of good leader, he has to deal with people, with the followers, with other people. So he has to know how to communicate with people, how to talk with them, how to deal with them, with everybody according to his own needs and his own psychology. So public dealing is hard. In public dealing, there is a special dealing which is hardest thing. It's easy to deal with your friends. They are your friends. You can deal with them. And if sometimes you did a mistake in dealing with them, you are confident that they are going to forgive you. There is no problem. Dealing with your enemies. This is the hardest job, hardest thing you can do. Dealing with your enemies is hard. Some people get very easy solution in dealing with their enemies. The easiest way to dealing with them is to treat them the way they treated you. This is easy. Some people think that the people who treat with their enemies with anger, oh, they are very brave people. Look, don't talk to him. He's going to reply to you a strong reply. He is strong. He is brave. Originally, this is not bravery. This is a reaction. Anybody can have such a reaction. For example, when Imam is talking about two kinds of dealing, either verbal or practical. So somebody used a bad word to you, for example. Now, you are a brave person. You are a very strong person. What should you do? So you have two options. Either you give him the same reply with the same words. Say, okay, you said this. You are even more. And you use a bigger word for him. Right? This is one way. He did one wrong to you, do two wrongs to him. Okay? In our Urdu proverb, it's called Eent ka jawab patthar. If you use a clay, the answer of a clay is a strong rock. This is one way. But this is easy. Anybody can do it. This is not bravery. Bravery is what? Here is the hardest thing a person can do. To deal with his enemies with pardon. No way. How can I pardon him? How can I forgive him? Yes. It shows you how strong you are. If you are really strong, you are brave, then you will be able to forgive him. Or at least, look, inshallah we'll talk about those details about forgiving the enemies and those who wrong you. Because everything has limits, everything has laws and rules. Who you should forgive, how you should forgive, to what extent you will be able to forgive and you should forgive. There are laws and rules for everything. But generally, forgiving is one of the best qualities a human being can possess. Forgiving. And forgiving, the result, the good results of forgiving is not going to be confined to the person who you forgive only. Rather, the bigger part and bigger portion of the benefit of forgiving is going to reach to you. You are going to receive that portion of forgiving. The benefit of it. But it's hard. It's not easy for somebody to forgive someone easily. And especially if he has a power. A powerful person forgives a weak person? No way. When it happens? No. Even if you try to come and, some people try to reconcile between two people who have any kind of dispute. They come for dispute, for conflict resolution and try to reconcile. The person who is stronger, when you go to him, say, it's fine, he did it, please forgive him. He said, what? How can I forgive him? How dare he says this to me? To me, because me is me. So how dare he says this to me? He has to say sorry. And he has to say this. And he has to do this. And he has to do this. Still I will think if I will be able to forgive him. Or sometimes, no, I will never forgive him. Forget it. I will never forgive him. So the person who has power, the more power you have, the less probability is there to forgive someone. But subhanallah, look. When you are powerful, you have in power, you think that you can make him bow down to you. So you don't forgive him easily until he bows to you, until he comes and says, oh, sorry, please, sorry, one more time, sorry. And he does whatever you want him to do, give your conditions, and he accepts all your conditions. Then you say, yes, because this is me. Look, I made him accept my conditions. Remember, subhanallah. Why? Because of the power that you think you have. But if you are weak and your rival is powerful, do you do the same? No. You try to be polite with your enemy if your enemy is strong. And you try to be strong when your enemy is weak. Isn't this true? This is right. And see it everywhere in your life around. But when you read in Dua Kumail, a sentence is so amazing sentence. Ya Sari al-Rida. O Allah, who gets pleased very easily, very fast pleasing. Sari al-Rida, Allah is fast pleasing. What does this mean? You can please him so easily. You did something wrong, you come to Allah, Ya Allah, please forgive me. Allah will forgive you easily, right away. Allah forgive me, Allah will forgive you. Sari al-Rida. He gets happy with you. He forgives you. He gets pleased very easy and soon and very fast. It doesn't take much time. Ya Sari'a brother, Allah. How about you? Somebody wants you to be pleased with somebody. Are you Sari'a brother? Let me ask myself, am I Sari'a brother? Am I a person who is fast pleasing? No. So why? Because I have power. So think the power you have and the power Allah has. Remember, real good quality is of being easy to please, easy to forgive. It is only the person who has power he can do it. Since Allah is powerful, Allah is all powerful. No one can overcome His power. No one even can think about it. He is the creator of power. That's why He gets radhi, He gets pleased easily. Come to Him, He will forgive you easily. Why? Because He is powerful. So the one who is powerful, he should show this quality of forgiving. Then it becomes easy to reconcile between two people. The problem always in reconciliation, whenever you see between two individuals, two groups, two countries, is that one of them who has more power, he puts his conditions. When he puts conditions, he tries to humiliate the person who is his rival, his enemy, or on the other side. To show his respect, to show his dignity, his pride. On the other hand, Islam says no. If you have power, you should start pardoning. You should start reconciliation. This is a shukr of your power. It is the shukr of your strength. And if you really want to show your strength and your bravery, show it by dealing with your enemies with, inappropriate way. Now, the issue of pardoning. Inshallah, we'll discuss this, that where you can pardon, sometimes you cannot pardon. There are some situations, no, you cannot pardon. But inshallah, we'll discuss this, those situations later. Now, to give good examples in the history, you might say, okay, this is just speeches. How it is practical? This is not practical. How can I pardon someone who wronged me? If you are brave, you can do it. If you're not brave, you're weak from inside. The people who are proud, arrogant people, this arrogance in psychology, if you go and read, you will find out that this superiority complex, I'm superior. This is nothing but the result of inferiority complex. Since inside he is thinking that he is inferior, he is nothing, he is little, so he wants to outside show he is superior. This is the reality. Go and study about it. You will find this truth, that the superiority complex is nothing but the result of inferiority complex. So he has inferiority complex inside. He wants to show, I'm big, I'm strong. But the people who are really strong from inside, they don't want to show from outside that they are strong. They always are humble and they show humility for humanity. Now see, dealing with the enemies can be pardoning them. The person who is not deserving to be pardoned, to be forgiven. Maybe someone is so violent, so oppressive that you don't forgive him. And if you forgive him, this forgiveness is going to cause other issues in the society. Other people will be, for example, encouraged. Okay, if I do this, everybody will forgive me. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. We'll talk about it, inshallah. So sometimes, some person, he deserves that you should forgive him. Most of the time this happens. Very little examples are there when somebody, no, you should not forgive him. Okay, if you don't forgive him, then what? Again, there are ways to deal with such a person who you should not forgive. The best example for us is the example of Rasulullah, Amir al-Mu'mineen, and Aimma alayhi salam. Because Quran, we have Quran and we have Ahlul Bayt. These two are the best examples for us. Quran says in Surah Nur, وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا. You should forgive and pardon. أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَن يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. How beautiful this sentence is. Don't you love that Allah should forgive you? If you love that Allah should forgive you, so you want Allah to forgive me, but I don't forgive anybody. Right? This is what Quran said. What do we see in the Sirat of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam? Rasulullah, we see Rasulullah is forgiving somebody and he is not forgiving somebody. What is the difference? See, for example, a lady who every day would throw garbage on him while he was going on his way to Masjid al-Haram, to Kaaba, a lady would throw. You have heard this many times. What he did? Did he take any revenge from him? From her? No. When she was sick, he went to visit her and ask about her well-being. How is she doing? Or if she is sick, he went to visit her. This was his akhlaq with one who wronged him. How about Abu Sufyan? Abu Jahl? Did the Prophet forgive them? Forgiving such criminals, remember, forgiving the criminals will cause more crime in the society. That's why they should get their punishment. Criminals. But don't mix up between your enemy and criminal. Sometimes anybody who wrongs me, he becomes criminal forever. Why? Because he wronged me. Me and me and me. Who is me? Me is me. So since he or she wronged me, no way. He is criminal. No. This lady wronged Rasulullah. He immediately forgave her. But Abu Sufyan did not wrong Rasulullah only. He was stopping other people from accepting Islam. He was against Islam. He was against truth. He was against justice. He was against humanity. So if Rasulullah forgives him, then it means he is encouraging such crimes in the society. He did not forgive him. Okay, did not forgive him. Fine. Then what he did with him? This next step. One is forgiveness. The other thing, dealing with such people. How he dealt with them. With Abu Jahl, with Abu Sufyan, with those who wronged him. Always. When he came back to Mecca victoriously, with full victory, total victory. He entered Mecca. And now he is the only power in the entire Arabian Peninsula. Nobody dared to become as a rival against him. Abu Sufyan was the only person, only leader who was against him. When he entered, the Abu Sufyan who fought against him, no less than 40 or maybe more than 40 battles and wars. And until now, he is against Islam. When he entered Mecca, all the Meccan people were his enemies. He entered as a conqueror. He conquered the Mecca. Or I can say took it back as Fatih, as conqueror, as victorious leader. Anybody else could kill every single enemy or punish them. He said, I forgive everyone. If you accept Islam, Islam means peace, be peaceful, everything will be pardoned. And Abu Sufyan will not be pardoned. He will not be forgiven. But how to deal with him? He said, whoever comes and gets refuge in his house, he will be forgiven. Look, what kind of status he received, what kind of treatment he received from Rasulullah while he was enemy. So he did not kill him. He could kill Muawiyah, for example, who made so much fitna and so much mischief after Rasulullah. But he did not do that. He said, this is our behavior, this is our ethics, this is our akhlaq and manners, this is your manners. You do what you do, and we do what we belong to. We belong to goodness, you belong to evil. But still, this is our dealing with enemies. So today I will finish my sermon with concluding in few sentences by saying, look, what Imam is saying in this right, the right of the person who wrongs you. Either he has done it purposely or mistakenly. We do not discuss all those aspects. If he has done it purposely, فَالْعَفُّ أَوْلَى, it's better to pardon him. When you pardon him, you should see that who you are pardoning. If it is only for you, personal issue, pardon right away. Personal issues, right away. Don't even think about them. Don't even try to find out some loopholes anywhere, because Islamic laws have no loopholes. Pardon the person who has wronged you personally right away. Yes, the person who not wronging you personally, but he is causing some damage to the society, to the religion, to the humanity, then of course you have to think that how to deal with him. And this dealing also has its own ethics. You should follow those rules and laws and manners, because even the war has laws. Not like these ISIS and Al-Qaeda people who have no laws, no rules, even in any situation. They don't have. But in Islam, there are rules and laws in peace and war both. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq and ability to follow the laws and rules explained by Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam. إن أحسن الحديث وأبلغ الموعظة كتاب الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.